I think militaries, domestic as well as international, are faced with a continuing desire and need to be able to interoperate operationally. And that interoperability translates directly over into the training domain as well. They have a huge need to be able to make sure that they train like they fight, and interoperability is becoming one of the mainstays, if you will, in our industry as far as networking solutions together to be able to match that train as you fight domain, if you will, for our militaries.
Militaries around the world, not just here in the United States, are challenged very much with first the money that it takes to operate a military, the ability to utilize their platforms and have a very comprehensive military training system across all of the services, not only their navies but their armies and air forces. One of the big challenges they have is keeping the militaries trained and ready to deploy. Through military training and simulation, the training that we provide, it's very easy for us to help augment that live training component with a simulated and a virtual component. That's not only a cost savings to the Navy, but it allows them to extend even the life of their fleets. So as there has been quite a global war on terror over the last now some 20 years almost, we see a lot of these militaries depleting of their resources and having to re-augment and regenerate new capabilities. So we provide training not only on those new platforms but on the existing platforms, and we're able to give them a longer life duration for that.
I think there are probably two major challenges that are facing U.S. military forces as well as our allies and partners. The first one is a refocusing on what we call the high-end fight. So as we think about armed conflict beyond Iraq and Afghanistan and places like that, and we think about peer competitors in places around the world that are beginning to emerge, how you prepare for that high-end fight where a potential adversary is trying to deny you access to a particular space in which you're used to operating in. So how you prepare for that is very different than the kind of military training and preparation we've done in past 15 years or so. So that's one challenge. The second challenge is the cost of live training. A pilot in a cockpit, or the crew on a submarine or bridge of a ship, or a brigade or platoon that's out maneuvering on a live instrumented range someplace for the Army and the Marine Corps. That cost of live training continues to go up exponentially. So what that leads us to is a different solution potentially in thinking about how we prepare these forces for the future for this high-end fight that I talked about, and do it in a way where you blend together live, virtual, and constructive training in the right mix. You're never going to do away with all the live training that you need to do. We never should do that or advocate for that. But how you do the training in kind of a mix of the best of breed and live and virtual and constructive training all blended together for these high-end skills, we think that that's really what the future military training looks like.